Today's video is super important as I'm going to share the new way of building a health and fitness coaching business in 2025 using AI technology, artificial intelligence to amplify every step of the process. And today's video is so important that I'm literally taking the time as I'm on a vacation here in Vietnam to share with you how you can get started, how you can use technology in a simple way to amplify and build your brand. And I'm going to pull back the curtain. This video is super important because I'm not only going to show you the steps and the overview of the strategy, I'm just going to go in the nitty gritty. I'm going to show you the tools, templates, scripts, literally everything step by step. And my goal is after watching this video is for you to walk away and be able to implement that strategy for yourself in your business. And if you get to a level where we can partner and work together, that'd be great. But I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm going to pull back the curtain and literally show you step by step everything of exactly what I would do and how I use AI to grow a health and fitness business and take home 6 figures per year without hiring a lot of staff, without cold DMing, without being an influencer on social media, or without posting every single day. And I'm gonna give you today all the tricks and hidden strategies that all the gurus are hiding behind a paywall and charging you 5 figures just to get access to the overview of their strategy and not even the nitty gritty. So I'm going to show you how you can generate leads off of social media and paid advertising below $3 per lead. And that's in a tier 1 market such as United States, Australia, Canada, how you can fill up your pipeline with motivated prospects that want to work with you and are willing to pay for your products and services. And they're doing it with a smile on their face without you having to hassle them in the DMs and beg them to get started. And at the very end of the video, there's going to be a secret word that's going to allow me to know that you've stayed with me until the very end. And I'm going to give you all the scripts, process, frameworks, templates, videos, presentations, literally everything that's included in this presentation. I'm going to give it to you. All you have to do is DM me that secret word on Instagram and make sure you follow the correct profile. It's Simeon, KRSTV on Instagram. And I'll send you everything like A to Z training on how you can implement those, a lot of video tutorials, masterclass on how you can generate leads for yourself, chat scripts to convert cold market prospects, trackers, standard operating procedures, systems, literally everything, and pricing tools so you can price yourself accordingly and only with a handful of clients build a 6-figure per year business. What we do with Digital Wellness Partners, which is my company, we help businesses do 4 major things. And we solve the 4 major problems, which is people are not getting enough leads and attention on their products and services. And that's you. You probably have a great product and service and you want to get started serving more people, but you just don't get enough attention. You're maybe not capturing enough leads and all your current clients are coming from referrals or your existing network. And there's no way for you to systematically fulfill and onboard clients and therefore get more referrals and happy clients at the end of the day. And at Digital Wellness Partners, we partner with you to help you solve all of these problems. And it's not a coincidence we do so. We do it on purpose because we realize this is the biggest gap. And most of the health and fitness coaches out there are great at providing a service and working with their clients, and they're super enthusiastic about the field and they love training and nutrition and helping their clients win, but they hate the marketing systems, operations, advertising, the complicated part of the business. They got to push away to the side and therefore their business never gets off the ground. And we found a gap of something that through my own trial and error I've gotten good at and other coaches are loving because it takes a big burden off their plate. And if you're a good fit for each other, we can work as partners on a revenue share basis and we can reach new growth in your business. Now, for those of you who are new and have absolutely no idea who I am, I'll just briefly go through my story. I'm Simeon Krastev. I'm originally from Bulgaria, but I've lived all around the world from Asia, Canada, USA, Brazil, India. I'm currently residing in Thailand and I'm on vacation in Vietnam right now. But I've literally traveled the world. I've worked very many odd jobs. I started my career as a clerk in a supermarket store. I was stocking up the shelves, and this is me 6 a.m. in the morning just trying to get another 15-minute sleep before my shift starts. I worked as a scrap metal worker. I've done like a bunch of stuff. I've done restaurant jobs, server jobs, anything you can think of, whilst I was trying to get my health and fitness career going. And through my own transformation, I realized that, health and fitness is something that really helped me get my confidence back, feel good about myself, and actually propel forward and get a better job and excel at life in general. And I knew that many other people benefit from having that. So I started as a personal trainer out of the passion that I wanted to help people. So I gave up the job that was paying me decent money to become a personal trainer. I only have a handful of clients, even 3 to 4 months in. And that resulted in me accumulating debt and not having a lot of money. And this is my bank balance. As you can see, my American Express card, being charged an absurd amount of money, which was a very low point for me at that time of life. And online health and fitness coaching helped me escape that and, transform how life worked for me. And it was a quick shift. It was just 3 to 4 month period where I went from 0 to like 6 figures in a matter of months by applying some of the strategies that I'm going to share with you in this video. And even not only these strategies, but some that are even better now, that if you have it, you can get things going faster for you. And I went the traditional route when it comes to, getting certified. I'm not going to bog you down, but I got the personal trainer certification. I even competed in a show. And as you can see, this is my first website dating 10 years back. So now we're 2024, the end of 2024. My website was built 2014. So I've been in the industry for over a decade. I've seen what works, what doesn't. I've seen the evolution. I've seen the changes. And I'm here to help you and genuinely give you advice from somebody who's been in the trenches, has done it, and has done it successfully. And on top of that, I was thinking that I'm going to be successful at the online training space because I even got a marketing degree, a fancy degree from a university. I spent 4 years of my life studying part-time whilst working as a personal trainer. And that gave me kind of the confidence that I can open up my very first location, my gym location, and I'm going to be successful with it. But I was further from the truth. I was facing several years of a lot of challenges where I didn't know what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it. And I had to learn many lessons that allowed me in a matter of a few years to actually be able to scale my location, fill it up, onboard a team of coaches, scale to multiple locations, host massive fit retreats, build a team, help thousands of clients get their body transformations, as you can see, and build a social media presence of over 100,000 people across the different channels for our brand. And I've been able to share some of the lessons, strategies with other coaches across the world. I've been featured in different media publications, even on TV, on different media outlets. And I've been able to do all of that while traveling. And I'm not saying that to brag in any way. I'm just going to give you the confidence that what I'm sharing with you is battle tested. And I've learned through a lot of trial and error how to set up my online coaching business in a way that helps me to work with clients that I enjoy working with, that gives me the freedom that I need to do the things in life that I want. Because if you're anything like me, you started this career of yours in the health and fitness industry out of passion and wanting to help people, but you realize that you're neglecting your own health, you're working long hours, you're not getting paid enough, and it's a very hard career to successfully build living off of, and therefore many people quit before they even start. So today we're going to talk more specifically about getting off the marketing merry-go-round. And what I mean by that is that if you're an online health and fitness coach, online personal trainer, gym owner, or fitness studio owner, the white space on our calendar is freaking you out and you need clients ASAP. And walk-ins and referrals are almost non-existent. The Canva posts you're publishing daily are probably just liked by your family, maybe a few friends, your team, but they bring zero revenue for your business. The overhead and expenses are slowly choking you. And you thought that running a health and fitness business would be all about nutrition, fitness, mindset, and helping your clients get results, which you totally should. But the reality is that it's a sales and marketing business. And these are the two functions that most health and fitness coaches struggle with. And combining that with the retention in the fitness industry, which is super low, makes it super hard to sustain your income, because 1 month you're doing great and then the next month you fall off a cliff. And you're battling also with indecision, laziness, priorities, fast food chains, starting tomorrow promises, and the constant lifestyle shifts of your clients. And you need to bring in new clients daily. That's the reality. And you need to do marketing. But just the thought of marketing makes you even more anxious. There's so much noise out there that you have no idea what to focus on, and you feel paralyzed. And I totally get it. I've been there for several years at a time. And I've invested a lot of money, a lot of effort, a lot of energy in different courses, and nothing was materializing the way I thought it would. And maybe you've been posting in local groups to only have a few likes and a handful of new bookings. Perhaps you've spent a few hundred or a few $1,000s on paid ads or different agencies to help you get your business off the ground, only to get flaky leads who don't respond to your texts and calls. Been there, done that. And your business still comes from word of mouth and referrals, but it's not enough. It's not enough to grow, not enough to hire a team, not enough to take a break. And you need a reliable and predictable system to bring some consistency to your growth. You know it's possible, you refuse to give up, that's why you're here, that's why you're watching this video, and your business was your golden ticket to freedom. And you and I both know that the possibility is real because there's thousands of other people who've already done it successfully, and you just don't want to go back to your 9 to 5 and work for somebody else. That was me, and I burned all through my savings because I wanted to get that business off the ground. And if you're anything like me, you're going to do everything in your ability to get things going for you, and you don't mind investing, you don't mind learning, you don't mind executing. It's just a matter of doing the right things that move the needle forward. The reality is it's not your fault. Personal training certifications and business coaching programs don't teach marketing. And even if they did, the strategies would be out of date in a matter of a month or a couple of months. And in reality, now that I've been for over a decade in the industry, I've seen different tactics, strategies, things change. And the rate of change in 2024 and 2025 is faster than it's ever been, due to having access to artificial intelligence, due to having access to creating content on social media. So you gotta be super smart about how you approach things and how you approach your business. And the truth is that nowadays you don't need a marketing agency. And in fact, marketing agencies are becoming overpriced middlemen, and they're a watered down version of the services that you can easily implement yourself at a fraction of the cost with just a couple of tools that I'm gonna share with you in this video if you stay until the very end. And this has only become possible during the last year, and that's why I'm recording this video. I'm taking the time off of my vacation here. My beautiful girlfriend's over at the beach, and I'm here recording this presentation for you. But it's so important that I share this message with you because there's tools out there that allow you to have AI-powered employees that are working for you 24/7, so you can focus all your attention and effort on the actual business and fulfilling your clients, getting great results for them, selling high-ticket packages, and living ultimately the life you want to live. And here's the AI-powered client acquisition system that we're going to uncover over the next few minutes to have a packed calendar, packed client roster in just 16 weeks. And it all starts with leveraging AI to create a transformation offer, something that appeals to a specific demographic and stands out in the sea of competition and allows you to cut through the noise and have a message so clear that it attracts the right type of clients. Second, we're going to look at how to reactivate an existing audience, whether that's your social media following or past client list that you have. Then we're going to look at how to launch AI-powered social media ads in just a couple of dollars a day to get going and get appointments on a daily, consistent basis, so you never worry where your next client's coming from. Then we're going to look at the AI tools that are going to allow you to follow up with those leads, whether that's through phone or through chat. And then we're going to show you how to implement the diamond pricing strategy that allows you to charge premium for your services. And for those that are not ready, or maybe they want a shorter term duration program, or they don't have the means to invest, we're going to show you how to downsell them at a lower price packages and still be able to service as many clients as possible. And then I'm going to show you how to automate the service fulfillment, again, using AI client management and a community building platform, which we've built for ourselves. And I'm going to share some of those tools that you can, again, leverage for yourself. So this is what we're going to cover in today's presentation. And let's dive in. So first, like I said, is to create a demographic specific transformation offer. Now, why is that important? The market has different levels of sophistication. And I'm sure if you started as a health and fitness coach, you've been maybe in person and you're helping everyone, right? Like you help 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, you help men, women, you help people that want to gain muscle, some that want to lose weight, some that are just want a social aspect of personal training. And that's all great because these are people that are coming to the gym for a specific solution that they want solved. When you're online though, if you have a generic tacky offer that is like, I can help you lose weight, there's so much competition out there that it's going to be impossible for you to stand out. And your advertising cost is going to be super high, your message is going to fall flat out, and you're not going to be able to appeal to your ideal target audience, and you're never going to be seen as the expert to be able to charge premium prices because there's thousands of people that are offering weight loss. So by creating a demographic specific transformation offer, you become the neurosurgeon of your industry. And first, we have to target a demographic and tailor a specific offer to meet their needs. That could be people in finance, IT professionals, it could be athletes. Doesn't matter what is the demographic. It's ideally a demographic that you've been part of. Like for example, I've been working in corporate marketing, so this was the audience I was targeting. I was targeting women in corporate marketing industry corporate professionals because I could relate. I knew what their day-to-day looks like. I knew they already had the means to pay for my program. And my message was like very, very appealing. And I was able to get tons of cheap leads and sell them high-ticket packages. Next, it's the timing and urgency. Having a good offer is not enough. You got to have a duration within the program and urgency for them to start. If you don't have that, it becomes almost impossible because online, people don't have the urgency they normally have in a gym. Because gym has capacity, there's spots to be filled. You've already done the work to walk to the gym, but online, you're just like a few DMs away, and getting distracted is super easy. So we want to make sure that we have urgency and duration of the program that prompts people to get going right away. And we want to make sure that we have a clear value proposition, which is the end result they want. So for example, I help busy corporate marketing women lose 15 kilos in 16 weeks. Now, this is a very clear proposition that speaks directly to my core audience, and it helps me cement my message, stand out in the marketplace, and create content only around that demographic. And I know what you're thinking. Yeah, but I'm limiting my options. Don't worry. Trust me, there's big enough market out there for you to build a 6, 7, and even 8-figure business just through working with this specific demographic. And I'm going to give you an example. There's this channel, Fit Responder, and they only help first responders in the US. So these are like policemen and firefighters and deputy officers, people that are in the industry that are like first responders and have very stressful schedules. And the guy has been able to build a $20 million per year coaching business just off of serving that demographic. So don't limit yourself and think that just because you're narrowing down, you're only going to be, working with a handful of people. There's more than enough that you can serve. And even Facebook started serving a small audience, so that's where we want to go first. Now, what you don't want to do as the first initial offer to the market is offer free stuff. And I've been there. I've done free challenges. It's a great way to get your first testimonials. If you don't have any, that's a great way to get going, help the first handful of clients get their transformations within the industry. But ideally, if you've already worked as a personal trainer, or maybe you've been helping people for a while, you should ideally have some testimonials going so you can directly go into offering a longer term package and structuring your offer in a way instead of just discounting your services and trying to appeal to the freebie crowd that is seeking for something in exchange of nothing, and they're just wasting both their time and your time as well, because we both know that people that don't pay, they don't pay attention and they don't listen to your advice, and you're going to be frustrated because you're going to be giving your all and they're going to be out there just saying, oh, I didn't follow what you said. Oh, but my friend here said that. And it puts you in a very tough spot because you're doing your best and not getting clients. Now, the way you can structure that offer is you can leverage tools such as ChatGPT and Perplexity AI. Perplexity you can use more for research and just search more nuances around the industry trends. Is the industry growing? What's the average salary? What is their workday like? And you can extract as much information, and the ChatGPT will help you come up with a relevant offer, time duration of a program, and you can include even the things that it's going to mention that are going to help you craft your package, craft your offer, and craft the duration that's going to help you charge $2, $3, $4, even $5,000 for a duration of the program. Because at the end of the day, you only need a handful of clients to sustain yourself. And that type of offer is going to help you stand out like a lighthouse in a dark sea. If you're the go-to person for helping corporate marketing women lose weight or feel better, whatever is the thing or whatever is the industry you choose, you're going to be one of the handful of coaches that provide that service. You got to think about that. There's not going to be thousands of other coaches that they can compare with, and therefore you can charge premium prices for it. So what's important about the demographic specific transformation offer is that it needs to appeal to a want versus a need. A want is I want to lose weight. A need is they got to work out 3 times per week. As health and fitness providers, we often go into the technical part of our programs, the features. I'm going to give you 2 calls a week. I'm going to give you a meal plan. I'm going to give you macros. I'm going to change everything every week. Like, people don't care about none of that. They care about the end result. And the fewer things they have to do on their end to get to the result, the better. That's why detoxes and slim shakes and all sorts of programs are getting more sales than you do, because what they're promised is much easier to execute on. So you have to be very smart about structuring your offer to appeal to a want, meaning lose weight, feel better, improve their migraine, improve their gut health, things that are directly tied to the outcome versus the features you include. And you can combine multiple components to differentiate yourself from the competitors. You can bundle up nutrition, accountability, workouts, check-ins, even like DNA tests and blood work and supplements into a specific outcome-based package. And the more things you can include and the more things you can take off of the plate of your customers, the more you're going to be able to charge. And once you offer the demographic specific component, you literally isolate you versus everybody else, and you stand in a class of your own. And there's a book by Peter Thiel called 0 to 1, where he explains that instead of trying to go in an industry, try to create an industry of your own. So we know that health and fitness is there. There's a massive market, and 80% of the population wants to look better, wants to feel better. They want to lose weight. It's just how you communicate and how you build a sub-niche within the already existing niche that people are already spending money on and investing in their health. And your intro offer should say something, hey, there's a cool way to transform your body and it's not available anywhere else. You should absolutely join me. So let's look at the demographic specific transformation offer structure. First, we have an attention grabbing headline with a name and duration. So the working mom bikini ready challenge, 6 weeks challenge, or a free 4-point belly fat assessment with an online wellness evaluation, or specific consultation that serves the needs of that demographic. So why are these three things important? Because if you don't have the consultation, it won't make sales. And you need proper consult with the new clients to figure out what they actually need. It will help you better understand the industry. You'll see what are the objections, what are the things they dislike, what are the things they value, what are the things they're struggling with. And you're going to be able to craft a message that gives you the best possible program to solve their need. And it's going to make you selling those programs a lot easier. And an example for a body transformation offer at helping post-pregnant women is like the 4-pillar baby belly fat analysis. Now, there's a couple of bonuses that you could be adding to your offer. These are online bonuses such as access to virtual classes, nutrition orientation, monthly virtual body analysis. You can do product bonuses such as take-home supplement kits, workout nutrition, skin products. You can do experiential bonuses, which I love, which are virtual customer days, bowling vouchers, wine night out, hiking the mountains, retreat access, whatever you're providing as a service, whether it's online or your local community, you can include those for sure. Now, how you can make that demographic specific transformation offer, you can bundle all the things you're doing, and you got to imagine here that your offer is a little bit like eggs, butter, sugar, salt, and just looking at them, they're not a lot really valuable. Like you can send them at a couple of dollars a piece, even though with inflation, it's a lot more than that. But my point being is that a cake would be $100 and buying these ingredients separately would be $30. So there's a $70 margin that is only coming up if you come up with a specific solution to a problem. And in that case, we want a sweet, beautifully looking cake, and that's the solution we're buying. In our case, our clients are buying the transformation and the end product, and the ingredients are the things you're including, such as meal plans, workout plans, trackers, support groups, things like that. I've included a couple of resources that if you DM me the secret word that I'm going to share in a little bit, is going to give you access to all the templates of how you can design that transformation offer for yourself, how you can price it. And here's an example of a 6-week full body transformation that we ran. But isn't that a lot of work? Yes, it is. In the beginning, it's going to take you a little while to set that up for yourself. But the offer is the most important thing that's going to make it or break you when it comes to the success and the growth of your business. If you don't have a good offer, nobody's going to buy from you. And you're going to have so much hard time scaling that. So spending 80 to 90% of your time in the beginning of crafting that offer and putting it right in front of the right people is going to be where your time is best spent. Now, once you have that offer, the second step is to validate it. So that's why I love starting with an offer that is already somewhat related to your past experience, whether you work with a specific demographic or you come from corporate, or you live in a specific demographic where there's more affluent people, or you work specifically with women or men or athletes. Whatever is the demographic you feel best servicing at, ideally you would want to have some contacts within your contact list that already fit within that demographic. You want to have some past clients or people that you can reach out for referrals. And that would be our first step. Once we have our offer, we're going to put together a list, send message to those contacts, and reactivate past clients that we've had in person. And then once we have that, we can move on to the next step, which is acquiring new clients through the existing network, through the referrals, and through asking strategically for referrals. In my newsletter, there's going to be a link that I detail like step by step on how to get your first 10 clients. I give you literally the steps, templates, scripts, literally everything I would do. But just to keep it simple here, I'm going to give you the copy of how I would come up with an offer like that. And this is just a simple way of getting started. So hi, first name, it's your name with whatever is your coaching program. We've had a lot of demographic profiles, so it'll be like corporate marketing, women wanting to get summer ready and lose the belly fat. So we've created a new program to do exactly this, interested in detail. So this is if you're reaching out to past clients that are within the target demographic you want to service. And once they give you a yes, this is the text you would send them with all the details of what they would get. And ideally, the first offer is for them to get on a consultation call with you so you can present the whole offer and not to pitch them directly on the program itself. So the first step is to pitch them the 4-point virtual belly fat analysis or the consultation, however you want to frame it. And we give them an exciting bonus just for attending that consultation. And you can just follow that step. Why it works so well is because it gives them insider information. It gives them a reason why you're reaching out. It gives them an incentive for referrals as well. And it also shows that you're interested in their activities and there's no pressure. Like if they're interested, you're not directly pitching or offering. It's just a way that you said you thought of. And how you would reach out to your existing network. Hi, first name, it's been a minute since we last spoke, but wanted to reach out and see how are things going in your life and get an update. Here's what's been happening in mine. Now, it's a good way because you're first asking them for an update and also providing what's been happening in yours. I've been working behind the scenes to make my passion a reality, and now I help corporate marketing women achieve weight loss and improved energy without sacrificing their lunch break or the social drinks after work. I'll be announcing soon on social media, but wanted to give you an insider scoop as a colleague or a friend or whatever. I would love to hear your feedback on the materials I've put together, and ideally you can send them materials we've put together, whether it's a video, whether it's a gamma dog just like this one. And also, if you happen to know anyone in the corporate marketing space, I'd love a 3-way chat. I'm giving $100 cash for the first 5 referrals. I get to launch my business. Now, you're only going to give them the $100 if they become client of yours, but this is a great way to show that you're serious about what you're doing. Like if you're a hobbyist, you'd be asking in a way which makes you a hobbyist. But you offering cash means like you're serious, you're committed, you're actually going to be delivering results, and people really vibe with that. Plus, nobody would burn away from $100, especially if it's just for setting up a 3-way chat. And here's why it works. Like I said, giving them insider information, being interested in what they do, giving them a reason for reaching out and not pressuring or asking directly to join and buy. That's super important. And giving them strong incentive for referrals. Now, the second step would be to send the text and book consults. And you can do that manually through your phone. You can do it on social media, Facebook, Instagram, pretty much any platform. And we've used that strategy. It works super, super well. Or you could use a tool to automatically do that at scale. We use wellgrow.io, which is our software platform. Feel free to check it out. And here's some exciting offers that you can reactivate your database with. Like these are past clients, social media prospects. If you've been in the industry for a while, these are new year, new you, insert demographic type of challenge. So new year, new you, corporate marketing pros challenge. You get the point. You can do that for winter, spring, summer, fall, and it gives you always a reason for you to reach out because there's always a new seasonal promotion that's relevant to the time of the year. You can do that every 2 to 3 months and continually keep your warm contacts engaged, keep them in the loop, and do passive follow-up through the content you're going to be publishing. Now, step number 3, once you've generated cash through your first initial initiative, you've put together your master offer that serves to a specific demographic, you've engaged your current list of clients, your past clients, and now it's time for you to launch some ads and have a predictable system for you to generate leads. And I know you're thinking, oh, that's expensive, that's going to require a lot of effort on my end. Absolutely not, because ads are working crazy well now in 2024 and 2025 because of the AI algorithms. They're very cost effective nowadays because at the end of the day, AI's making things work better, faster, cheaper, and smoother, even for the companies, because their algorithms are so much smarter now and they can put the specific demographic you want to target right in front of you just by you calling them out. And you need only a couple $100s a month to get going, which is like $5 to $15 a day. So rule number one with social media ads is to always use broad targeting. Don't try to constrict the algorithm by setting up interest targeting and location areas and adding additional information, because that constrains the algorithm. You can keep it as broad as possible and just target by age and demographics. So for example, if I would go with the example from before, targeting women in marketing, I would just select women age 30 to 65 in marketing as an interest targeting in the United States, Canada, United Kingdom. And you don't need any agency to do that, really. I mean, it's as simple as I'm sharing it here. Just choose the demographic you want to target and you can go with it. Now, the most important thing is the offer. And as we've discussed in the previous step, if you don't have a compelling enough offer that talks to a specific demographic, your ads are not going to be effective. And you're going to be thinking, oh, ads are not working. The reality is that you're putting your message in front of thousands of people, and the ads are working great because they're doing exactly that. They're putting your message. What's not working is your message, because it doesn't resonate with the audience on the other end. And that's why it's good to craft a message that's going to appeal to the audience you're going to be in front. So if you want to talk to finance people, IT professionals, or athletes, you want to craft a specific offer for that demographic so it stands out in their feed when they're scrolling and they see your offer. So spend enough time to create a quality offer. This is actually where we spend the majority of the time working with our partners. We sit down together and we craft a compelling offer that matches their vision for their health and fitness business, but also what we see there is a gap in demand in the market. And if your offer isn't good, there's no amount of fancy images, videos, or compelling copy that will fix it. That's the reality. And thankfully, if you follow the framework from step number one, you already have that good offer that's going to stand out. Now, once you have that, you can create a spokesperson video. It could be as simple as a selfie video of you just sharing what the offer is all about, or you could use an AI avatar. You can clone yourself if you're introvert and you don't want to be in front of a camera and you don't want to be recording videos. I totally get that. So what you can do is use a tool called HeyGen to create an AI avatar of yourself. You just got to record like 10 to 15 seconds of yourself speaking, and you're going to be able to create unlimited videos just by providing the script, and the AI is going to spit out your cloned version of you actually talking to the camera, voicing out the scripts and the message you have. It's a super neat and great way for you to produce a lot of content without actually having to buy an expensive camera, record the content, prepare, and do all of that. For the voice, we would use 11 Labs, as we can clone our voice and again have a hyper-realistic version of ourselves. For the ads, I'm going to leave the links and a couple of examples. If you reach out to me at the end of the video, I'm going to share the secret word in a minute. But this is exactly how I would go about the ads, and I'm going to give you the formula for collecting the leads. Now, there's a couple of ways to go about it. One is DM ads. These are working super great on Instagram, or the profile visit ads, meaning driving traffic for people to see your profile. These work great if your profile is optimized, if you've been doing some content, if you already speak specific demographic. But if you're just starting out, we've seen that lead forms drive great results. And on a Facebook lead form, you don't need a landing page. You don't need to have a funnel in place. You don't need to have a lot of these things that are good to have, but in the beginning are just slowing you down. So ideally, starting with just a Facebook form is a great way. So as you can see, we have a unique offer that as soon as they click on our ad, they see. And we ask them, are they willing to transform? Are they willing to invest? And they have to select yes. We collect their name, last name, email, and phone number. And then on the very last page, we tell them that the next step is to actually book a free health consultation. And by clicking that link, they're redirected to our calendar. They directly can book an appointment where we can follow up with them, ensure that they're a good fit, pre-qualify them, ask them a couple of questions, and make sure they actually show up to the call, which is the next step I'm going to talk about. Now, for the lead gen mixer, here's a few strategies that we've seen work very well so you can keep your ads evergreen and continuously advertise. There's a few things that are important, and number one most important is the headline and the photo video that you're going to be using, as this is the visual hook that stops people. And then is the variation of the copy. And the way you do it in the headline is just, you can do variable duration of your program, you can do the gender, you can do the benefits, the curiosity, challenges and opposites. You can play around with those and just continuously change your headline, even if you keep the offer the same. And for the copy, you can vary short copy, long copy, medium copy. You You can have benefits, you can have urgency, you can have authority. For the photo, you can use black and white, vibrant, contrast color, group shots, workout sessions, post sessions. These work very well. For the videos, you could use professional with a high quality camera. You can use casual, you can use facility tours, testimonials, workouts. These all work great because they're pattern interrupt and they speak very well. And you can mix and match those, and this is how you have sustained duration of your campaigns, and you can run them over and over and over again without ever worrying about your campaigns exhausting. And I have a video on my channel, you can check it out on my YouTube, it's absolutely free, where I walk you through the exact strategy of how I would run a campaign like this with all the details, tricks, and nuances of how you can get leads cheaper than $3 per piece, and how you can launch them on any platform essentially. But what we recommend is to advertise on Meta, such as Facebook and Instagram, because they generate the highest volume of leads, and at the same time they're the best in terms of quality for what we do. Now, step number 4 is to use AI appointment setters and AI voice agents to follow up with leads. This has been the most revolutionary thing that is helping health and fitness coaches in 2025. And the follow-up has been the biggest problem and the biggest bottleneck for most health and fitness coaching marketing campaigns, because a lot of times we generate a lot of clicks, likes, and leads, but the majority of them goes and do not turn into appointments. And as we know, we got to follow up, and we got to do it 7 times, and we got to share relevant content. The reality is that as a solo provider, solo coach, without having a team, without hiring an appointment setter or an admin staff, it's almost impossible for you to manage your clients, do your work, and on top of that, handle the leads. Now, the second thing is that you maybe have a coach and admin staff that are talking to the prospects, but they're swamped by DMs, texts, and emails, and they're booking appointments, but they have to hustle super hard to do so, and they're also expensive, right? They're on a salary, you have to pay them monthly, and persistent follow-up, it's annoying, it's tedious, it's difficult, but it's extremely necessary for results. And people are busy, things are happening, kids are late for school, work gets crazy, families visiting, etc., etc. But you got to be ruthless with the follow-up. That's the reality for you to grow a health and fitness business. And now with AI, we can solve that. I'm going to share the tools we use. But before that, I want to give you the 4 pillars of lead nurture that are ensuring that your leads are actually showing up to their appointments. So first, it's the speed to lead, how quickly you follow up with leads. Do they get an immediate response? Then it's the volume, meaning how often do you reach out after they shown some interest? Then it's personalization. How do you customize the messages to apply directly to the needs of the prospect on the other end? And also the availability, and giving them access to a calendar that is wide open for them to book an appointment in a convenient for them time. And you're probably thinking, but I don't need to lead nurture. That's like too advanced strategies. I can only focus on the ones that are committed and motivated to work with. I get where you're coming from, but in the industry we're working in, follow-up is probably the most important, and even more important than sales, actually, because a good salesman would close 90% of their clients. A mediocre salesman with a good sales process and a good offer would close 50% of their clients. With a weak lead nurture, you might get 10% of your leads to show up, meaning that if you generate 100 leads on social media, you're only going to be able to get 5 to 10 of those leads to actually show up to an appointment and get to work with you. And if you have a stable and a systematic lead process, you might be able to get 50% of those leads to actually show up for an appointment. So that's why our focus should be really dialed in on this part of the actual business. And the way we do it, like I said, is through speed, volume, personalization, and availability. Now, the most important one is availability, and the best appointment times are Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. and on a Saturday, 8 to 12 p.m. These times maximize bookings while still allowing for a balanced life. And additionally, double booking time slots can be very effective, since only about 50% of the leads typically show up. And improving efficiency when you're fully booked can be very beneficial unless you want to scale your staff and onboard more people to actually handle calls. But availability acts as a prerequisite, because if people can't find to book, they won't show up. It's as simple as that. Now, speed from opt-in to first contact. If you're not reaching out to leads within 5 minutes, you're leaving tons of money on the table. It's just a fact. Even 1 hour after, if you call them, they have absolutely no idea who you are, what they sign up for. It's just the reality of cold market. And you got to be responding promptly to all their follow-up messages. Leads often respond when it's convenient to them. But if they reply late at night or early in the morning, and you're not available during that time, and you miss that window, you'll likely miss the opportunity to book them. And speed is non-negotiable. Though it's very labor intensive and requires a lot of diligence, at the end of the day, speed is king and you want to have it in your favor. Volume is again an important factor, and days 1 to 5 of new lead coming in is super critical, and 94% of the appointments are booked within the first 5 days. And you got to use the rule 95-5, meaning focus your energy on these 5 days to achieve 95% of the results. And for maximum results, aim to 3 attempts per day during this period, meaning message in the morning, lunch, and evening time. For personalization, that's a big challenge at scale, but having it done in a systematic, automatic way through AI will really help you have more people show up on the appointments. You can send voice messages or videos. You can use GIFs, emojis, open-ended questions. You can communicate authentically, just a person would. You can acknowledge their needs and goals. You can send them relevant information prior to call. And following up all of these principles is going to significantly improve your marketing ROI. And thanks to AI, you can automate 90% of the follow-up through ChatGPT. And we set up systems when once a client comes in, they automatically start receiving emails, texts, information. And as soon as they reply, they would even get added to our AI agent assistant that is a conversational AI that pre-qualifies them, gets their goals, gets their motivation, asks them for a convenient time for them, and actually books them into a chat. And it works on Instagram, Facebook, any channel that you're working with customers. We install our AI agents that are taking over your inbox and acting on your behalf, that are specifically trained on your business, on your knowledge base, everything you're doing, and are booking the appointments for you. And as you can see, we can set up the priorities within our custom solution. We have their current situation, what is their motivation. We ask them if we have a permission to continue. We discover what's their goal. We ask them about time zone. We collect their email, name, phone number, and we book them in for appointment all through chat. So we don't even need to have cold market leads. We can have all warm inbound, whether you're doing content, reels, organic social media. You have a lot of people asking you questions, and if you're by yourself, you cannot handle all of that. And that's why we now leverage AI to do that. It's super awesome way, and it works very well. I mean, you can see it's breaking down the messages. People can't really tell it's an AI. And then on top of that, we know that some people are going to engage in chat, but some people prefer to be cold, especially if you work with a more affluent demographic. They hate chatting, they hate going back and forth. They would rather have a 5-minute call, get things sorted out, and move on with their day. So that's why we introduced AI voice agents, which are specifically, again, trained on your business, prompted in a way where as soon as a lead signs up, the AI voice agent calls them up, asks them the certain questions that we follow the same pattern, similar to the chat AI agents, ask them the questions, get them booked in, confirm their appointment, and we can even call them prior to the appointment to make sure they actually show up. And the agents are very realistic. You can listen to some of the demos on my website. We're using the tool called Vappy and make.com to set up these automations for our business, and it's working tremendously well. And here's our pre-appointment nurturing. A lot of the people are going to be skeptical, and it's going to be a lot of hassle to get people to buy from you, even if they show up on the call, because they have no idea who you are, who you've helped. So it becomes more of a battle of you trying to convince them to work with you. And what we like to do before any appointment, we introduce the 4-step nurture process. So we send them a case study, which is a video, simple video like this one, where you walk them through a bunch of stuff about how you help clients. You ideally have client testimonial, and you walk them through step-by-step of how you help them. You ideally want to have a Gamma document with the details of your program, just like this one. You would want to send them relevant results and testimonials, and you can explain the difference between your program and what's existing on the market and how is it different. So adding those 4 components pre the appointment with a new prospect, and having the manual voice notes and nurturing via text, and also connecting with them on Instagram, social media, and every channel possible, increases our conversion rate, where we are able to get 80% conversions on cold market traffic. That's why most people are not successful with it. If you've tried ads in the past and they didn't work, that's the reason, because you didn't have that in place. And none of the gurus are going to give away the secrets. They're keeping it as part of their funnel, and they're teaching, oh, you don't have to do any of that. It's super easy. You just run those ads. Well, the reality is you got to be an established player. You got to have a proper business setup. You got to have a complete system, because the way you present yourself is how people see you. And if they go through all of that, and that's the first experience they get you with your business, Now you can command premium prices. If they've been waiting for you to reply for 5 days, if you didn't send them any information, and now you hop on a call and you expect to close a $3,000-$4,000 package, there's absolutely no way. And you're going to face a lot of resistance. And that's going to force you to charge low prices, $100, $200, and you're going to work yourself to the ground because you're going to work with clients that are complaining all the time, that are not serious, that are not following through. So installing those systems, even though it seems a lot of work, it builds a big moat, and that's why we usually partner with people, because they see the value in having systems like that in their business. So do you have to hire a call center and set up those agents in the beginning? Absolutely not. In the beginning, I suggest you take the calls yourself to learn the objections, to learn how people handle the calls, and to improve your skills in general. And you have to do it. The reality is it's unpleasant work, and I've done several thousand calls over the course of a year. It's tough every single time, no matter how you do it. You got to pick up the phone, usually in a time that's not convenient for you, early mornings, late nights when people have to work. You have to call, you have to confirm the appointments. And some of the people are going to love it, some are not. It's just the reality of building a health and fitness coaching business. So what is the perfect sales process and the so-called diamond pricing, and how to enroll clients? There's a massive debate going out in the health and fitness coaching world, especially for the business coach and promoting their programs. And some say, oh, you should definitely go high ticket. Some go, oh, you should definitely go low ticket and get more clients because you have more sustainability. Even if one client quits, you can still have 49 other clients, yada, yada, yada. The reality is that once you choose a specific offer and demographic you're servicing, there's going to be levels within that market. So there's going to be marketing professionals that are VPs and they have hundreds of thousands of dollars per year income, and they're not feeling bad about spending a couple hundred or even $1,000 per month on a health and fitness coaching program. On the other hand, there's going to be some beginners that can't spend that amount of money and they still want to work with you. So ideally, we want to create a process where we have offers for all levels of the market. We want to have an intro offer, we want to have a high ticket offer, we want to have a longer offer. And we do that through, again, a process of actually acquiring the customer. So the ideal process for us is targeted ad exposure, meaning calling out our target audience with an ad. Then it's authoritative positioning, and that comes through the pre-appointment follow-up, sending them relevant case studies, information, positioning ourselves as the go-to provider for that space, having specific verbiage on our ads, such as, did you hear about us on TV? Usually it's $100 for you to book an appointment with us, but we're offering 10 free appointments. You want to have a testimonial reel with as many client stories as possible and video testimonials. Do you need those in the beginning? Absolutely not. Are they going to help? Absolutely yes. You also want to have a pain-based questionnaire that has specific questions for your demographic to help you cement yourself as an expert, because if you ask the right questions that are pressing on their pain points, the prospect on the other end immediately knows that you know what's up, because just through answering the questions, they know that as a business owner, you're prepared to serve their needs. So here's some few examples of a basic question that you could ask. How many times have you tried to lose weight? How long have you been out of shape? Do you think you can achieve those goals on your own? Like questions like that. You don't have to go more granular than that. What's also important to have as an authority positioning is to have third-party validation. It's always more impactful for somebody else to praise you than for you to toot your own horn. And the way you leverage third-party credibility is through celebrity endorsement, media coverage, credentials and certifications, and social proofs. Like the more of those you have, the better it is. So celebrity endorsements could be the local mayor endorses us, this client that is like a VP in a marketing company works with us. It could be media coverage such as newspapers, press, media mentions, podcasts, anything like that works great. It could be credentials and certifications. And you can include those in your demo deck of how you would sell to people. Ideally, when you hop on a call, you would have some sort of a presentation just like this one prepared of walking through exactly the process of how you would work with people. And then we use the closer framework on the actual call. Now, the closer framework is something that originates from Alex Hormozi. It is something that we've seen work tremendously well. Paired with the diagnostic sales process, meaning that we diagnose what's the problem and only then we offer the solution instead of trying to feed our program into their lifestyle and kind of push it to them. We prefer that process, especially for generating high ticket sales. And it's a simple process. First, we want to understand why they're actually on the call, why they showed up to that appointment. We want to label them with a problem. We want to overview what's the past pain, what didn't work, why didn't it work. And then we explain how through simple changes in what they're doing through our process, they're going to be able to achieve the dream outcome, or actually selling them the vacation. We then explain away the concerns that usually originate from the past pain. If they've tried specific protocols that didn't work in the past, now we explain why now it's going to be different. And then we reinforce their decision by having incredible onboarding, incredible experience and service, so they feel at ease that they've invested with us. And even if you have everything in the process up until now, if you don't have an irresistible offer at the end of your promotion and pitch, you're still going to have a hard time converting, because people always love a good deal. No matter what's their financial level, education, or status, they would always want to feel like they're at the winning side of the deal. So you want to have a compelling bribe, you want to have a bold guarantee, scarcity, urgency, flexible payment plans, either or clause. And having all of these creates an irresistible offer that serves a specific demographic, that nurtures people over time, and once they show up, you're able to charge premium. So same day bonuses, we only have 2 spots left on that program. The price goes up next month or next year. This is only available until X date. These work very, very well. And having a solid pre-sales process is going to help you convert a lot more. I'm not going to go through it in these videos. It's already long enough. But I'm going to have that in the document below. And I'm going to give you all of that if you message me the word impact team. Impact team. I'm repeating it again. So if you made it up until this part of the video, I know you're one of the few that are motivated to build a business, to get going, and you're not afraid of learning and acquiring information. And at the end of the day, these are the people that I want to partner with and work with, because if you don't have an hour to invest in your education and learning the skills that are necessary for you to build a potentially life-changing income that's going to put you in the top 1%, you definitely don't deserve to have that. It's as simple as that. And we love, for all the objections you're going to be getting, to use the belief breaking formula. And you got to dismantle false beliefs. And here's the proven formula. Just as an example, this is for our industry. Somebody might have the belief that cheap front-end coaching programs work. Like having $100 per month coaching is something that they believe in and they think it's going to work. We explain why it's wrong. Well, that doesn't provide enough cash flow for your business to grow, because for you to grow, you got to reinvest in the business. And high-ticket front-end offers are better because they give you enough revenue to sustain yourself, move full-time, hire staff, invest in advertising, and it ensures profitable customer acquisition. We show them stats, testimonials, and back up our claim, and that's how we would break beliefs. So you can do that for every objection you might have. People might be skeptical towards your process or the way you do things because they've tried other things in the past that they think are the way. So that's how you would use the formula. State, explain, present, justify, and show proof. And here's the virtuous and vicious pricing cycle. Usually, the lower the price, the lower the investments, the lower the results. The higher the price, the higher the investment, emotional, strategical, in any way. Like the more money you put down, the more you're committed to get things going and the better results. So charging more ensures clients are motivated enough, they're going to follow through and see results. And in turn, your business generates more revenue to deliver outstanding experiences and results. Next, I want to cover the anchoring biases. That's the way you're able to position yourself as an authority and charge high ticket prices. I know for many of you, they're just starting out and maybe you're used to the regular prices of charging $50 per hour, $70 per hour, even $100, but charging a couple thousand for a program that is remote, online, and doesn't require a lot of your time and effort, sometimes feel hard about justifying it. But at the end of the day, you're not selling the program itself, you're selling the transformation. And having a transformation for a specific demographic could be worth a lot more. Now, just to go back to the example of a corporate marketing employee that usually presents in front of other people, has a team that they need to empower productivity-wise, spending $5,000 in a program for her to get in her dream body and feel energy, peak productivity is nothing, because she's losing a lot more than that on a yearly basis. So I wouldn't just have that as a reframe of how much stuff are worth and cost. And I had that myself because when I started in the health and fitness industry, I was 19 years old. But for me, health and fitness came as a priority, and therefore I didn't see it as valuable and thought everybody had the same priorities. For most of the other people, other things are priorities and they value a lot more. So you can attach health and fitness to how it matches to their priorities. You're going to be able to charge a lot more. But how you position the price without freaking them out? Because no matter who you are, if you hear the price tag of $5,000, you're going to freak out no matter what. So the anchoring bias is a smart way to position yourself as a premium provider in way that many industries already use. And just to give you an example, let's say you're shopping for a new luxury car and you walk into the dealership and the first salesperson shows you a top of the line model. It's fully loaded, beautiful, priced at 120K. Now, unless you're a millionaire, that number might make you flinch, right? But here's where it gets interesting. Next, the salesperson shows you a more modest model. It's still a luxury car, but it's priced at 70,000. Now, even though the 70,000 is still a big number, you feel like it's bargain because you're comparing it to the first number because you have a reference point. And that is the anchoring bias in action. The initial high price sets up your expectations, so every other price afterwards feels more reasonable in comparison. And that's how Tesla launched a company that has done $83 billion in sales last year. They started with an expensive model and they worked their way down, but now every other model they come up with feels like cheap version of what they've got in the past. Whereas if they started with a cheap model and they introduce higher and higher tiers, people would feel like they're not getting good value for their money, if that makes sense. So let's look at the restaurant wine example, just so I can cement that in your head and give you a few examples that you're being exposed to every single day. We just applied to health and fitness coaching. Imagine you're out for a dinner and the first bottle of wine you see on the menu is priced at $800. So that's a very common strategy. Now, unless you're celebrating something huge in your life, you're not going to spend that much on a bottle, right? But then you see the next option, a bottle for $120. Suddenly that looks a lot more attractive. And even though $120 is still a high price for a bottle of wine, now the anchor of $800 made it feel like a negligible amount and a good deal in comparison. So restaurants use this tactic all the time to make you buy premium wine. Now, why I'm sharing that is because it works. And it's all about how the human brain is wired. We anchor ourselves to the first piece of information we see, whether it's price, a time, or even a statistic. That first number becomes our reference point for everything else. And in both the car and wine examples, the high price becomes an anchor and everything else looks like a better deal afterwards, even if it's still expensive. So how do we want to leverage that for ourselves? We use something called the diamond sell. We start with introducing a high price, the high ticket offer. Then we have a midterm, a little bit lower price, but still high ticket price. Then we have a short term, which is still reasonably priced. And then we have a low ticket downsell for people that can't afford it. So this way we appeal to all levels of the market. And percentage of the market, they're going to opt in for the high ticket. There's always going to be people that want the premium version of what you've got and they're willing to give you the money right now. And the majority of people are going to buy the midterm and short term. And the ones that are in a tough financial spot, they're always going to opt in for the low ticket. Now, why you want to have all of these for is because sometimes if you're trying to just sell high ticket, you're only going to convert 5 to 10% of your prospects. If you just try to sell the midterm, you again are going to convert 20 to 30% because now they don't have any reference point. And what you tell them pretty much is still high to them because they can't anchor it to anything else. And in their head, that's a lot for health and fitness coaching. And for the ones that are just starting out and don't have the means to invest, or maybe they don't trust you enough, not having a low ticket offer is going to turn off a lot of prospects. So this way you're going to be able to convert 70 to 80% of your prospects just through introducing that strategy alone. And in the document, I break down exactly of how it works. But just to give you an idea, we've taken our average customer, and that's in a brick and mortar location, meaning we were charging cheaper prices in general. And we went from collecting $250 per new sign up to $650 on average. So that's 3 times the price per consumer. So using this strategy, we were able to triple the cash collected, and therefore our margins increased tremendously. So this is a strategy I suggest you implement for yourself. And again, DM me the word and you're going to get access to all the resources, the consultation framework, script, the iPad presentation we use, and the tool that you can build the custom pack. Now, when it comes to fulfillment, it's a big bottleneck for many businesses, and therefore we developed our own AI custom app where we can generate personalized meal plans, personalized workout plans that do the calories, the macros, ensure the clients are getting systematic follow-up, proper onboarding. And I'm not going to go into the details of it, but if you want to build a sustainable online health and fitness operation, the fulfillment is one of the biggest components, and having a professional looking systematic way for onboarding customers, as well as extracting referrals and building a community, is going to be crucial. There's many tools out there. There's Mind, Body, Trainerize, True Coach, My PT Hub, PT Distinction, and many more. So you can opt in for any of those. And if you're just starting out, you don't have to use any of that. I'm just sharing what we've seen works. You can start with a simple Canva, PDFs, and just Facebook community group where you can exchange information with your clients. But what we've seen and we've built as a solution, and I'm sure if you're a fitness professional, you're going to appreciate it a lot, is we've done the personalized one-on-one follow-up with your clients, daily, weekly, monthly. It's totally up to you. You can personalize every message, and it comes directly from your name to them, so they don't have an idea that it's AI, and it's not like a bot or anything like that. It has your name on it, directly messages them, automatically generates meal plans according to nutritional preferences. So if they're a vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, they don't like certain foods, they're allergic, they have a specific goal or macros, we can appeal to all of that, as we have an API connected to a database of 800,000 recipes. We can automatically generate workout plans with thousands of exercises with video instructions, and they have direct access to a team of coaches, have the ability to broadcast to promote to all your clients. You have AI-powered community capabilities with different games, incentive, and rewards if they hit a certain milestone in terms of activity, in terms of accomplishing their daily checklist. We have a referral program that's in build progress and photo tracking, which is super important for collecting those testimonials and using them as marketing materials. And we have an AI-driven knowledge base, which is an inbuilt chat GPT trained on everything we're doing to ensure that our clients are getting answers to their questions in seconds. Again, there's going to be a link with a demo to our app. It took us 5 years of building it, and you're going to get a highlight version of it. I don't want to go into details, as the most important part is actually getting customers, fulfilling those customers. But I'm just showing you what is out there, what already exists, and what's possible. So again, do you have to use software? No. Start as simple as you can. And then as you scale, you can invest in technology and more tools to make your job easier. But at the end of the day, all your clients are caring about is accountability and having a plan to follow and community in the future. That's really it. So once you get to a level where you're getting sustainable clients, you're fulfilling your services, you reach a peak that you can't handle more clients because you have to do the sales, you have to do the onboarding, you have to do the client work. Now, how do you remove yourself from the operations? You have to understand that hiring people is like the internal core functions of your business. And there's 5 core functions. So first, we have lead generation, which is application generation for people that would be interested to work with your business. And these could be appointment setters, sales staff, or it could be coaches that are actually going to work on your behalf with the clients you enroll. Second is the lead nurture, which in our case is going to be the application nurture. How do we nurture candidates to ensure they actually show up to the interviews and they're the right type of prospects to work in our business? That's super important. Then we have the actual interviews, which could be the sales calls that you're doing with prospects. You got to follow a similar pattern, similar flow of actually onboarding clients. And then it's how do you onboard and train them? What do you provide? How do you make sure they're culturally assimilated to your organization? How familiar are they with the role they're going to be doing? How they're going to develop their skills? And ultimately providing all of those is going to reduce your churn over time. And then it's retention and ascension. And how do you retain your employees? What's the internal retention? What is an effective management strategy? How do you keep consistent communication? What is their career path to develop within that? And we have a simple execution framework, which is what's the expected outcome? What is the role description? What are their qualifications and do they match those? And what are going to be their day-to-day responsibilities? It keeps it very simple. So role requirements, responsibilities, results. And every employee needs to know that. And the purpose of that one-page document, which is the 4R document, is to have regular updates that reflect the current roles and expectations. Clear communication, because it prevents misunderstandings and aligns expectations. It gives you transparency and keeps the expectations on both sides visible for your staff and also for yourself. And then employee engagement, because now they're knowing what they're doing and working towards, they feel motivated and they're highly performing. So what is the communication cycle? Sometimes when you're a coach, you know you have to be following up with your customers and holding them accountable. But when we onboard team members, we often think that they're going to be kind of doing stuff on their own and they're going to report back to us. But the same coaching style applies to our team as well. So you got to identify what is a reporting structure, what is going to be the communication medium. Is it going to be chat, Slack, email, whatever is the thing you prefer? What is going to be the reporting schedule? Are they going to report daily, weekly, monthly? Define what is the reporting content, what is the KPI. So for appointment setters, how many appointments they book. For salespeople, how many appointments they have closed. For the coaching staff, what is the progress we know the clients they're working with. Are they within the green criteria? Are they reaching their goals? Are they not reaching their goals? What they struggle with? What is the retention of clients? And then you can differentiate the reporting cadence depending on the function of the business. So some reporting cadences require daily updates, such as the appointments in sales. But then other reporting cadences, such as the results of your clients, might require a weekly or a monthly cadence. So these are the 5 essential components, and here's a breakdown. So first, who do they report to? In the beginning, that's going to be you. As you scale bigger and you have management staff, there are going to be a couple of layers below you, but in the beginning, it's all going to be to you. How do they report? Again, what is the channel they use? When do they report? And what they should report? Again, daily, this could be for close supervision with highly dynamic roles. Weekly would be for regular progress updates, and then monthly and quarterly for broader strategic decisions, and ensure the reporting cadence aligns with the needs of each individual team and the individuals within it. How do you scale, and what is the communication like? As a small business, you might want to remove everything that is not necessary, keep it to the bare minimum. The fewer things and tasks, the better. And we want to try to shy away from meetings as much as possible. They're great as long as they're community building, team building activities, and not just going over tedious stuff that could be done via chat. And how your organization might look as a health and fitness coach and as you start scaling. So the team breakdown to build an efficient organization and as an online coaching operation is having 3 pillars. First, you have the appointment setting, and without it, you're not going to be able to scale because you need more appointments. Second would be the closers, people that are taking appointments and selling on your behalf. And then it's going to be the success coaches that are actually onboarding those customers and ensuring they're following your protocols and team structure. So the sales team, you might want to have an appointment setter. The role is simple outreach and follow up with potential clients to schedule discovery calls. This is on top of the AI we've already built. And ideally, if you're selling in your location, or if you're international, you want to have somebody that's US based or international with fluent English. The compensation there is 5% on commissions on cash collected from signed clients. The second role, and it's only once you can't handle any more of the volume, up until a point where your calendar is back to back with appointments. I'm not going to look into hiring a closer. You're the number one most important team member and asset of your business. So you want to outsource this role last. You want to get appointment setters. You want to get coaches. But when it comes to actually selling and bringing revenue for your business, it has to be on you until it's reaching a peaking point where you can hire more people. And that's usually $50K a month or above. So for the closer role, they handle the sales calls and they finalize the deals with potential clients. Again, US based or similar time zones for better client communication. The compensation there would be 10% of the cash collected. And then for the fulfillment team or the success coach, ensures client success and satisfaction through the personalized fitness plans, progress tracking, and regular communication, because they're going to be doing much better job than you would, because they only care about the results of their customers instead of sales, fulfillment, marketing, accounting, and all the other stuff you have to manage. And what we do is a variable base pay of $2,000 to $3,000 a month. And then base pay gives them an opportunity to have something stable, but at the same time, they replace that by adding more clients to their roster. So we pay them $100 per client per month. So at 50 to 75 clients, that would be $5,000 to $7,500. Then we give them a bonus on retained clients. For success coaches, they would be earning the 15% that usually comes from the commissions from the sales staff and the appointment setters, because on our back-end packages, we don't have to pay those commissions. So we forward that over to the success coaches, so they have the benefit of fulfilling the service and retaining clients for longer, as it's much easier to retain a client than to acquire a new one. It's much cheaper as well, as you don't have the marketing cost involved, just the commissions here. So if your revenue per client is $400 per month, they would be getting 60 of that. If it's 500, they would be getting 75. If it's 600, you would get 90. If it's 700, you would get 105. You got the point. So how all of these applies to an online health and fitness coaching business. Sales team focus on converting inbound leads, prospects from ads, social media, and referrals. The fulfillment team includes certified fitness coaches, nutritionists. They're acting as success coaches, helping clients achieve their health and fitness goals while managing the relationships at scale. And revenue share, it's a performance-based structure that incentivizes quality service delivery. This structure ensures scalability, strong client results, and a motivated team. And to summarize the whole strategy, I'm going a little over an hour here. We're going to leverage AI in every step of our business. So first, we have the AI to help us create our demographic-specific transformation offer. Second, we activate and reactivate our existing audience and social media audience on all the channels, or database reactivation if you have past contacts that we can email or an SMS. Then we launch our AI-powered social media ads. Then we use AI appointment setters and voice agents to follow up with our leads. And on top of that, we can add real human appointment setters to ensure there are no leads falling through the cracks. Then we use the diamond pricing strategy to enroll clients and the closer framework with the diagnostic sales process of actually figuring out what are the needs of our clients. Then we use AI to fulfill our services. And step number 7 would be to step out of the operations and build a team around it. Now, hope you found value in all of this. There's a few things that I couldn't cover in this presentation. There's a lot more information on my channel. You can dive deeper into it. But what I have for you is a specific offer to help you get there faster, because time is the only resource we can't handle more of. And while we can't buy time, we can buy information. And that kind of accelerates the path to our goals. And this allows us to control our future, pulling it into the present on our own terms. And to me, this is the closest thing to buying time, and it's been the key to my success, continuously investing in the right knowledge to shorten the learning curve and reach out our goals faster. That said, it's often hard to know who's truly legit and who's not. And the truth of legit means different things to different people. It could be making 10,000 a month, or to others could be 10 million a month. For some, it's about intention. For others, it's about results. For me, being legit, it simply comes down to 3 questions. Has this person or business helped people like me get to where I want to go? Do they have consistent proof of success and high success rate? Is their process transparent, allowing me to make an informed decision? Therefore, I'm recording this video, and we strive to meet these standards for every customer we work with. And at the end of the day, we're humans, we're gullible, we do mistakes, and sometimes we fall short, but it's okay, because we always strive for excellence, and we're transparent in our communication, and we're very upfront, but we always give our best. So what is my offer to you? Because you've made it this far, I can already tell you have the staying power to make this work, and it's very important. Many people would have dropped 2 minutes into the video, let alone an hour. And it takes guts, it takes motivation, it takes desire to be willing to study and learn for an hour. And that's why I don't offer the partnerships in the first chapter of this document or this presentation, because I want to keep our success rates high. So here's my offer to you. I'd like to partner with you to help you scale your online health and fitness coaching business to $50K a month. And I want to help you get there faster with fewer missteps and a greater clarity. I want to give you a proven, repeatable model that works across skill levels and different markets. And this model works for anyone that shows up consistently. So what you gain as one of our partners, you have an opportunity to create consistent, stable income. So all your expenses are covered, and you're figuring out how to invest the extra cash that you're piling up. You can achieve financial freedom to order what you want, to go where you want, live the life you've dreamed of without worrying about price tags. Transform your identity just from being another fitness coach to becoming a recognized personal brand within the space. Change more lives than you ever thought possible through your coaching programs. Say goodbye to waking up 4 a.m. and enjoy the freedom to set your own schedule, and earn income that places you amongst the top 1% of earners in just 2 years. If that sounds like the future you want for yourself, we can help. Now, why this model works? This is the best and highest income potential business model for online health and fitness coaches, and it's available to anyone. There is a lot more competition than ever. Accessibility is super easy, and I'm sure if you pull up Instagram, you're going to see thousands of other coaches that are offering similar products and services. Here's how we've been able to guarantee success for our partners, and we offer a guarantee. We remove the hard stuff that usually holds people back. Here's what we'll handle for you. We'll be running your ads, crafting compelling copy, headline, images, videos, offers, designing attention-grabbing images, generating leads for you and your first 6 months with us. And we do all of that on a revenue share basis, by the way, so you don't have to front any cash. And here's what we'll give you. The exact system to schedule leads and get them to show up and close them at $1,000 plus, a process to upsell high margin supplements, proven strategies to retain clients 2 times longer using our proprietary tech, a blueprint to find, hire, train, and retain top talent. And this means you can focus on impacting more lives while we handle the rest. So this is our offer to us. Let's just partner together and make your business everything you've ever dreamed of and help you get there faster. And all you have to do is follow a proven system. That's it, nothing more than that. So if you're interested in becoming a partner, you can book a no strings attached strategy call using the link on the next page. You don't have to bring your credit card or anything like that. It's more of a get to know each other type of call to see if we're going to be a good fit for each other, because we're very selective of who we partner with. Given that it's a one-to-one service, you're going to work directly with me and my team as we're going to implement all of those strategies for you. It's done for you service, meaning that we're going to do a lot of the work with you for you on a revenue share basis. So we're going to make sure that we're the right fit for each other. Just click the link below, fill out the information. Hope you found value in this training, and I'll see you on the inside.